Hello, I'm John, your crocheting friend, and in this new opportunity I'll teach you how to make this magical doily that turns into a beautiful bouquet of flowers. Start this magical doily, which has two uses, as a bouquet and also as a doily or organizer. So, we're going to start with a magic ring of 12 double crochets. What I recommend is to give it greater security both at the beginning and then at the end with sewing. We're going to leave approximately 12 centimeters and start the magic ring from this part. This is a tip or a recommendation that I give you as your crocheting friend. This is how we're going to start. We're going to go up with 2 chains. We're not going to count these as the first stitch. From here on out, we're going to crochet double crochets. That means we're going to get 12. In round number 1, 12 double crochets. You already know that the 2 initial chains do not count as a stitch. So I'll carry 2, 3, 4, and so on. Once we have the 12 stitches, we're going to close what is round number 1 and continue. Okay, once we have the 12 double crochets ready, we close and tighten. Very good, I'm going to show you a hooking trick. Let's close here where the first stitch starts. But for this we're going to take this same thread and this way we're going to save it and it won't come out. We make a slip stitch. Then, as you can see, I'm using these 2. We're going to make 2 chains and pull like this, look, until we can pass this excess thread. This way it's known as a lock or cleat stitch, because it won't let us undo the magic ring from the beginning. Okay, for round number 2 we're going to make 2 double crochets and a chain to separate each pair of double crochets. So, in this first stitch where we started, I'll repeat 2 double crochets, then a chain to separate, and here in the next stitch I'll repeat 2 stitches in the same space that correspond to an increase in double crochets. So in this way we're going to go around. Chain, increase in double crochet. Excellent. We go all the way around and close here with a slip stitch and again go up with 2 chains. It is important to always keep this in mind. The 2 chains do not count as a stitch, they only give the necessary height to what is the round. And finishing round number 2 you should have a total of 24 double crochets. We make the stitches. Important, we are always going to make a chain here in each of the rounds. It is the last one, because you already know that it is 2 in 1 chain, but regardless of any of the rounds, they end here with a chain. We are going to enter in the first stitch that we made and now we are going to hide this excess thread. This is only done in round 3 and we are going to make the 2 chains and we are going to start in that first stitch with a double crochet and then an increase. Perfect. Now we leave this for the back and we are going to make a chain. I am going to start in the first double crochet that I find from the increase that continued in the previous part here. And then in the next stitch the double crochet increase. Perfect, let's do it like this. Chain and we do this again. A double crochet at this point and the increase here. Chain again, double crochet, increase, chain, double crochet, increase. And so on until we go all the way around. It is important to pay attention to the part of the pattern that will always be in each of our videos at the top and some of the tips will appear in this area. In this way, we will have this dynamic so that you can do it better and understand it more easily. We do round 3. Okay, you already know that you make your chain to be able to close. Here we make the slip stitch in the first stitch. I go up again with 2 chains. And for round number 4 we are going to do the following. These are going to be repeated because they are sequences, as you can see. It always has to be completely straight. Okay, good. Now I made the first double crochet like this in this first stitch, as you already know. Then I will advance to the next stitch, and in the last one that I have left of this group I am going to make an increase. Okay, that is the dynamic. We are going to be knitting the stitches, and now in the last one of each group. These are the groups, 1, 2, like this. These are the groups, a chain separates it. In each one of them there is a separating chain. So, here I have already finished the first group. I have made a chain. I am going to make a double crochet, 2 stitches, and in the last one an increase. In round number 4 we would be making sequences of every 2 double crochets corresponds to the increase. Okay, and so on until the end of the round. Check the number of stitches up here, count them, and so on for the next round. Now for round number 5, and we are going to be making 3 double crochets, and in the last stitch it is my turn to make the increase of the sequence. You know that you should always have a separating chain each time you finish each one of the groups. Here I have already finished a group. I am going to start another one. So, here we are going to make the first double crochet. 2, 3. And in the last double crochet where I was here in this position I am going to make the increase. You know, round 5, every 3 double crochets is an increase. Then we make the chain and so on until we complete the entire round with the same sequence. It looks like this way, and it is flat. You know that the trick is to make it completely flat, so that it does not wave or gather. Continue. This is round number 6. In this one we are going to make groups of every 4 high points. I carry 1, 2, 3, see you. Now the increase. Very good, perfect. A separation chain, and we go to the second group. And so on until we go all the way around in each of the groups. They are becoming more and more defined, like this with their separation point. It should look straight on this round. You know that up here there will always be what corresponds to the pattern of each of the rounds, and at the end the result of the stitches that each one should have. The next round would be round number 7 with groups of every 5 high points, an increase in the last one, then a separation chain and repeat 5 high points, increase, chain. And so on until finishing round number 7. Start what is round number 8. As you know, we are always going to close here at the first point with a slip stitch. We go up again with 2 chains. This is done in all rounds. And now we are going to make every 6 double crochets. In round number 8 I make 2, 3, 4 double crochets and 6. After making these 6 double crochets, in this last point, as always, we are going to make the increase. So, the sequence for this round is every 6 double crochets, an increase. After this, a separation chain. And we start the second group again. And so on, until we go around the whole round. And we will see you once you finish it. The round is finished, and again in the first point we are going to make the slip stitch. I go up with 2 chains. Now in round number 9 I am going to make every 7 double crochets an increase, a separation chain, and we are going to repeat this around the whole round. We would then move on to round number 10, making every 8 double crochets. In the last point, an increase, just as we did before, a separation chain. We repeat the entire round, and we'll see you once you're finished. Here, once we've finished round number 10, what I want to clarify is the following. You can increase it to the size and measurement you need. In this case, up to this round it measures between 22 and 23 centimeters, which corresponds to the diameter. When you talk about the diameter, it's like this, okay? Which is half, like this. Here it's 22 centimeters, almost approximately 23. Every 10 rounds I'll let you know the approximate measurement you have with the hook I'm using and also the thickness of the material. On this occasion, this is a 4mm needle. And the thickness of the material is 3 mm. Okay? You can use any type of material you want. You can also change and combine colors, but in this case we're using this as a base, okay? So, we're going to move forward and the screen will show you the number of rounds needed to reach the measurement you need. I'm going to do what is the size of a blanket and I'll leave an example on the screen of how it would look at the end, exactly as is. The maximum number of rounds that I knitted for this example is 26 rounds, where we made up to 24 double crochets. As you can see here, every 24 double crochets, the last stitch was an increase. If you want it to be bigger, then what you're going to do is continue until you have the rounds you want. In diameter, the circle is 60 centimeters. From this point to here, the diameter would be 60 centimeters. This is a standard measurement for bouquets and also for a medium-sized rug. So, this is how we're going to do the example. Any size you want, you can make it bigger, smaller, up to 20 rounds, 25, 30, 40, 50, 100 rounds, however many you want. You already know that it's a certain number of double crochets, stitch over stitch, and in the last one the increase leaving a chain of separation and so on. You keep increasing. So far, here are 100 to 110 grams of material for the base, so that you keep that in mind. Now let's move on to the green color, which will give the characteristic part of the change to the leaves, and then to what it will also replace with the green color. Once you have finished the number of turns you want, this will be done the same for all sizes. So, I take the green thread and I'm going to hook it here in one of these stitches, the stitch before making the chain. That is the part as indicated. Okay? So we are going to make a stitch like a chain stitch with the green color, leaving a long strand to sew later. Ready? Here I am going to hold and I am going to go up with what corresponds to 5 chains. I have 3, 4 and 5. From here on, I will leave this stick like this back. I will not use it, since we did this effect with the chain that I told you about at the beginning. And we're going to do this sequence around the round, every 5 chains. Here we're going to zoom in a little so you can appreciate it better. I made 5 chains. I'm going to count 1, 2 stitches. I'm going to skip to the next one. Here I make a single crochet. And again the 5 chains. 1, 2, 3 CU and CCO. I'm going to count again here, 1, 2 stitches from the base. I'm going to skip to the third one making a single crochet there. And now again 5 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. In this way we go like this, turning around, making these stitches 1, 2 and in the third one I make the single crochet. We repeat like this throughout the round with the green color like this around, and we'll see you here to be able to continue. We've reached the end here. You may or may not have stitches left here, at least one is left or they come out complete. Okay? What you're going to do is go over here where the stitch started and make a slip stitch. Now we're going to go up here with the number of chains. We go up with 3 chains. 2 and 3. Perfect. What are we going to do now? We're going to have this little bit of thread left over here, and in this first stitch we're going to weave it like this. We're going to link it here, and in this arch we're going to work 5 double crochets. Okay? So I'm going to make a double crochet here and we're going to separate each stitch with a chain. I'm going to make the second double crochet here. After that, a chain. And so on until we have 5 stitches. This part consists of making 2 fans. We're going to make the first fan like this, exactly. We go up with 3 chains, 5 double crochets, but each of the stitches is separated by a chain. I'm going to make 3 stitches, I'm going here for the 4th, then the chain, and at the same time for the first fan we're going to save this leftover thread that was the one from the beginning. So, I'm going to make 1, 2, 3, and 5 here. I'm going to make 3 chains, 2 and 3. Finally, to close here we're going to make a single crochet like this. That would be the first fan. So, composed of 3 chains at the beginning, a high point separated by a chain, and then 3 chains, and we finish this first fan with a low point. Now we are going to move to the other fan, towards this arch, making a low point. There, what are we going to do? We pass this thread to the back, we are not going to use it anymore. Now we go up with 8 chains. I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Perfect. I am going to count from here the first stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4. In point number 4 I am going to enter and make a slip stitch. Like this. Now 3 chains. 1, 2 and 3. I go down here to the arch. And there I am going to make a low point like this. So, we have that the first fan we made with 3 chains, 5 high points divided between them with a chain, but entering here below in the arch. With 3 chains we go down and close with a low point. We go to the other arch with a low point. As you can see, I go up with 8 chains. I make a false pickup stitch of 4. Then, starting from the chain down, I count 1, 2, 3 CU. In chain 4 I make a slip stitch. And then these 3 chains are born, closing down here also with a stitch below. We are going to repeat this until we finish. Ready? There are 2, one of this and then what corresponds to the stitch of the little leaf. This would be the little leaf, okay? So let's do it like this. The base for the flower, the little leaf, and so on until I turn it over. 1 yes, 1 no, 1 yes. So, since I already made the base here, now we are going to start with this one. We are going to repeat the first one again. I move on to the next arch with a single crochet. Let's do it like this, like this. I go up with 3 chains. 2, 3. I make the first double crochet. Perfect. A separation chain. Second double crochet. A separation chain. Third double crochet. Another separation chain. Fourth double crochet and the last separation chain and a double crochet here at the base. We close this group with 3 chains and at the base of the arch here with a single crochet. And that's how it will be. Now I need to make one of these and then I'll repeat this one. So we'll do 1, 1, like this until we go all the way around the rug. Finish. This is the last part that replaces the leaf here. So we'll do it like this. Let's start at the first point where we started with a slip stitch and a chain in the air. We leave approximately 10 centimeters to then lose that with the help of the yarn needle. We're going to do all that at the end. The threads from the beginning and like this we're going to save them later. We've already done it like this around, as you can see all over the rug. Now we're going to start with the flowers in this same space to save this thread on this side. You can also choose to save it as we go. We have the thread here, in this case lilac thread, which is the one I'm going to assign to make the flowers. Okay, so at the point where we're going to start, we're going to take this space here where the fans are. This would be the little leaf. We're not going to work this little triangle only in this part, in this one where the space is, as I was telling you, the part of the fan. This. So, as you can see, here where we made the 3 chains, we're going to work in the middle of these stitches. Here we're going to enter and we're going to work what is called the puff stitch. So I go up with 2 chains, I link, and I enter here. I come back and I take it out. I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 rows. We're going to do 5. It would look like this. And with 1 we're going to do this and tighten it up a little bit. We complete all this until we're very careful. Ready. We make a single crochet or a single crochet there to finish. We hook again and we're going to save this excess yarn. And that's how we go. 1. We hook here. When it comes back and grabs like this, it's 2. Hook. Come back and grab. 3. Hook. I go back, enter and grab. 4. Hook. And 5. We make 5. We pass and complete. Like this. We are going to make a 2. F with the third. Let's do it little by little. So here now is the point to be able to see where I should enter. Hook. 1, 2. Three CU and 5. Let's do it a little like this. We pass, complete. We have 3, that's 6. Okay, you're going to get 6. Here the 4th, the 5th and the last one here. When we get to the last one, I'll explain to you how to close the flower. I'm going to finish the 6th part. We have 6 like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, here what we are going to do is this is the right side where the right side points are. It should be seen towards the front. So, here we have a little loop all the way to the inside and we are going to join like this. Okay, I'll go back and show you. I have it like this and this one is going to curve towards the back. This tip is going to curve like this to enter here. That's how they're going to meet. So what we're going to do there is close it like this. We turn this part and in this first stitch we're going to close it with a slip stitch. Perfect. It would look like this, closed, very pretty. Now we're going to do the following. We're going to go up like this with 4 chains, 2, 3 and 4. And in the next one we're going to enter with a slip stitch. I'll go up again 1, 2, 3, 4 and here where we close the next stitch with a slip stitch. This is how we're going to finish the little flower. In this way we're going to turn it all the way around. 6 of these arches come out. We've already done 2 and so on. So we're going to continue so you can see how the flower should be finished. That's it. 2. 3 when I close it again here where I finished the last stitch. We're going to go back in where we started. Okay. This would be the 6th and a chain in the air. We're going to cut. And we're going to pass this excess thread like this with the help of the yarn needle. We're going to do it right away so you can see it better. So, here we have it. We're going to arrange it here so you can see the sewing part better. When we finish one of the flowers, they should look really pretty. This little rose, kind of like a tulip. We're going to go in like this, going through here to the inside part. And what we're going to do is, if this thread is already on this side, we're going to turn the flower like I did. Look, the flower should look like this. This is the right side. We're going to help you with our fingers and turn it. We're going to pass this thread like this through the stitches on the inside part until it meets, maybe up to this side, until it meets this other thread. Okay. All of this would be on the inside part. We make a knot, not too tight on the first one, a little tighter on the second one, and tighten the third one even more. Okay? Tighter on the second one, and tighten the third one even more. Okay? A trick, what you can do is add a little bit of glue. I use this glue, B6000, for glassware and everything else I'm going to use. So, I add a little bit to this part down here and let it dry. Okay, I'll leave it there. I'll cut these excess threads. I don't leave them too short or too long. I leave them about 1 centimeter at most. And since this is the inside part, we'll let it dry and this little rose will look really pretty. Okay, it would look really pretty this way. We do the same thing to each of these fans, just like that, again around the entire area of the mat. It will depend on the amount of flowers that can come out. You can have more flowers. The bigger the mat is, the more there will be and it will look beautiful. So, once we've made all the flowers, as you can see, they're like a nice tulip around them, as you can see on the screen. That's how we make it around everything, 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 everything. And once they're ready, what we're going to do is the following. We turn and these little threads, let's say when we finish the base part, we're going to keep them inside the fabric of the same color. This is to hide it and so it won't be noticeable later, okay? Because if I do it on colors other than this one, it will be noticeable. So, what I do is like this. I go inside the stitches until they're more or less hidden inside at least 2 or 3 more stitches. We'll keep moving forward like this and then we'll make a little knot to hide it. After that, we go back again to make it more secure and cut, leaving very little thread. Ready? So, that way they're going to hide the threads that are left over.